What is happening, good people of YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we're here in Farming Simulator 25. This is our Rags to Riches series, and it's episode number 3. And in the last episode, pretty exciting, we bought our own plot of land, which we are currently sitting on right now. And that is pretty exciting. And in case you missed the last 2 episodes, the series is running hot and heavy. It is underway here on the channel. Go back and watch it from the beginning. I don't know why you would start with episode number 3. I mean, you gotta watch them in order, 1, 2, 3. But in this series, Rags to Riches, we are following a set of rules, and those rules are listed in the description of the video, so go and check those out. If you don't know, started off with $100,000, which was a loan. So we have a $100,000 loan we have to pay back. We're not allowed to take any additional loans. No leasing of equipment. We can do contracts, but we have to do contracts where we have our own equipment. And some other rules. You can read it in the description down below. I also used a randomizer to come up with a production chain that we're going to have to focus on in this series, and that randomizer came up with the Tailor Shop. So we're going to be getting into some sheep and wool, cotton, you know, all that good stuff. And it's pretty exciting. But here in the early part of the series, it is grind mode here. We're doing lots of contracts. We're getting little chunks of money here and there as we can, doing whatever we can to scrape and claw our way into financial success. And I tell you what, speaking of financial success, you can't have any financial success if your tractor runs out of gas. And right now we are running on fumes. So we are taking our tractor to the gas station to fill her up. Now I have the fuel setting on high, and I'm not sure if we're going to keep it that way. I think I had it on normal, and I decided to change it up to high just to kind of see what it was like. And boy, it is really sucking the gas out of this tractor. So here we are, we're filling it up now. And let's see how much this thing's going to cost us. All right, there it is, 160 bucks. Not bad for a tank of fuel for this big tractor. And let's drive over to the farm here while we're in town before everything closes up. We are going to run over and just get this thing repaired. We're going to keep up with repairs on the tractor as the series goes along. And one of the things that we really want to do is you know, bring it to the shop pretty frequently. We don't want it to get very low, because that's just going to cost us way more money. All right, here we go, $289 for the repair. Let's just go ahead and repair everything. Even the front wheel weight we will repair. All right, everything is all repaired. Let's hop on back in. Still leaves us with 15,927 bucks. Now it is nighttime here, so I tell you what we are going to do. We do have a friend in town, and we are going to go see that friend. It's another farmer. He is helping us out here, teaching us some pretty valuable farming tips. So we're going to call him up and go hang out with him tonight, and maybe he will let us sleep over at his house. All right, here he is. It's Walter. Walter is helping us out. Kind of new in town, don't have any money, trying to get things started, get our feet on the ground and break into the farming community here in Riverbend Springs. Walter's been doing it here in Riverbend Springs for quite a while, and he is graciously helping us out, giving us some tips and tricks here on how to be a better farmer. And you know, we're hanging out with him tonight, and he is going to let us spend the night, so we're going to go ahead and hit the sack. It's been a long day, and more to come tomorrow. Well, here it is. It is September the 1st, 7:30 in the morning. Walter was nice enough to let us sleep in. Him and his wife did make us a nice breakfast. Thank you, Walter. But it is time to start our day. So let's go ahead back to the tractor. We're going to head to the store. Seems to be a really good meeting place for all the farmers. We can sit and chit chat and just talk about some of the contracts that are available, and maybe we can make some money today. All right, checking in on the used vehicle section, and it doesn't look like there's anything new. Nothing has changed, and same old stuff in here, which is unusual. Usually this thing changes, but it has not changed for us, so nothing new there. All right, taking a look at the contracts that are available right now, there are 3. We can't do the wood transport, we can't do the rock removal, but there were some comments on the first video about the Deadwood contracts. This one on Farmland 17, and it looks like it's worth $1,500. And all that's going to take, looks like it's just going to take a chainsaw. And as the Deadwood contracts pop up, we can go ahead and just pick them off one by one. I mean, we just have to cut down a few trees, apparently. All we need is a chainsaw. So we're going to go ahead and buy a chainsaw now. Let's come in here to the menu. And once we buy a chainsaw, then we are going to be able to do these Deadwood contracts. Let's buy this steel. I really don't know how to pronounce it. Let me know in the comments down below. How you pronounce it? Steel? I'm not sure. But this is the one we're going to buy for $1,000. Here we go. All right, that's going to leave us with $14,761. And we are going to look at one other thing. I would love to get this cultivator. $9,500. The horsepower rating is 110, so our tractor can pull this thing, and it will open up some new contracts that we can do with this cultivator, and anything we can do to make a little bit of extra money. There's not going to be many mowing contracts, especially with the winter coming up, but there are going to be some cultivating contracts coming up, I believe, and it would be nice to have this in our arsenal so that we can complete more contracts. So this cultivator is on our radar. I don't know that we're going to buy it right now, but certainly it is something that we are going to keep an eye out for. All right, let's jump in and grab this Deadwood contract before somebody else gets it. Field number 17, and we can actually head there right now. Now look, I tell you what, I mean, we could drive our tractor all around, but it's going to waste gas. Wouldn't it be neat to buy this thing, $11,495? We could just ride this thing around town and do our contracts for the Deadwood. But it does seem like more of a want and not a need. So with only $14,700 in the bank, I don't think we're going to splurge on this just yet. All right, starting up the tractor. Here we go. Let's go cut down some trees using our chainsaw. This is going to be our first Deadwood contract of the series. Pretty exciting stuff. Well, I tell you, the series has really been getting a lot of good positive support, and I appreciate everybody tuning in, hitting that like button, and leaving the comments. A lot of comments on that first video really helped me out. A couple different people had told me about the GPS system and the steering assist, and I tell you, I've never used that in this game so far, and I did practice a little bit with it with some of the suggestions in the comments, and I gotta tell you, it's absolutely a game changer with mowing the fields and plowing and doing all kinds of stuff. So I really appreciate you guys and your help and support. So keep it going. Keep leaving those comments. Anything that you see that can help me out, man, that's definitely much appreciated. I don't know if anybody can help me out with my driving skills. I mean, that's something that's probably not going to improve a lot in this series. It's going to be something that we have to deal with. And we're ready for the challenge. All right, here is a little plot of land, and we got to cut down some deadwood trees. They all should be marked. I see a couple of them over there. So let's go ahead and turn this tractor off. We're going to hop out, grab our chainsaw, and we're going to start with this tree right here. Now, one thing we can do, if we get a little bit more money, we can buy, I don't know, some sort of transportation system for these trees, because once you cut them down, they're yours. I mean, you can haul them off the property, and you know, you can sell them or, you know, do whatever you want with them. So let's go ahead and cut down our first tree of the series. There we go. Timber. Wow. Oh, geez. Did we just hit our tractor? No, we just knocked it into our tractor. Oh, crap. Boy, hopefully we didn't damage it too bad. I mean, oh, that John Deere tractor is tough. I don't know if I can take a tree falling on it, though. That's not good. That's all right. That's what insurance is for. And we do have some insurance. And boy, oh, what an idiot. Okay. All right. Well, I guess we got to do all these trees. Let's just run over here. Oh, looks like this might be another one. And it sure is. And it looks like we're 10%. I mean, I think if I'm doing the math right, that means there's going to be 10 trees we have to knock down. All right, let's have this one fall this way. Here we go. All right, tree number 2, and that thing is stuck. All right, that's fine. Look, the contract says we got to cut them. We don't have to do anything else with them. All right, tree number 3. Go ahead and cut it. There we go. Timber. That one's gone. See, now this is pretty easy to get a tractor in here with some sort of transport and pull these things out, cut them up, put them in some sort of vehicle. I don't know if it's something that's going to be worth our time. I don't know how much these trees are worth if you delimb them. Because all you got to do is kind of crouch down and run your little thing here. You delimb all these trees and get this stuff off, and I mean, you can cut them up and potentially make some money. I just don't know how much money can be made, and is it worth our time when we could be doing other contracts like cultivating, plowing, mowing, stuff like that. All right, here's another one. Cut this one down. Whoop, there we go. There it is. We're halfway done. Oh God, look out! We're right, boy, we better get out of here before somebody comes out and tries to start a fight with us. I mean, we are ruining our tractor, ruining a shed, and somebody's going to start throwing hands, and they're going to try and punch us in the face. Here we go. 6 trees down. Jeez, and I tell you what, I don't want to be punched in the face. It's not a pleasant thing to have happen to you, especially when you're trying to build up a farming empire. You don't need people running around trying to punch you in the face. All right, I think there's a couple more. It looks like there's 4 down here. This should be it. Just this little cluster right here. I tell you what, there are no other trees around here. It would be really easy to pull these out and make some money. But we're not going to focus on that right now. We're just going to focus on getting this job done and making our $1,500. And getting the hell out of here. I mean, I think we've already overstayed our welcome by knocking a tree into a shed. All right, 80% done. This tree's probably going to make it 90%. Here we go. Whoop, there you go. Timber. And should be one more. And there it is right here. Tell you what, you don't move very quickly when you got your chainsaw out. I guess that's a good thing. Maybe it's for safety reasons. There we go. Contract is complete. Boy, that would be 10 trees. I mean, I don't know what we would use to transport them. And it would probably be a lot of work to, you know, delimb them and cut them up, put them in some sort of trailer. And I just don't know how much money there is to be made, but I don't know. Somebody leave in the comments down below. Is it worth it? In a situation like this, you know what? I bet you we could buy a winch. And not that kind of winch. Look, guys, get your mind out of the gutter, would you? A winch that you put on the back of the tractor. That's what I was talking about. But we could get a winch and we could pull these trees, cut them up. I don't know. I really don't know. Seems like a lot of work. let's head back to the shop. But first, before we do that, let's check on some more contracts and let's get the money from this one. There we go, 1,500 bucks. Put it in our bank account. And looks like we got a fertilizing contract for farm field number 5. And I guess we're going to accept that. It's going to be another chunk of change we can add to our bank account. But first, we got to go back to the shop. We got to grab the fertilizer tank. I don't know how much fertilizer it had in it, so we might have to fill it up. And I really feel like we should think about buying a cultivator. And I also have one idea about our plot of land and how we can make some money. So I tell you what, we're going to go grab the fertilizer spreader. We're going to put it on the back of the tractor. We're going to go do this contract in field number 5, make our 1,382 bucks. Then we're going to go back to our plot of land and we are going to talk about some options for some additional income. And it should help us out a lot. All right, well, we completed our contract for fertilizing and we are headed to our property here. We are at the ferry and let's go ahead and come out, start the ferry up, and then we'll go to our plot of land and we're going to talk about greenhouses and whether we can fit a greenhouse on that plot of land. I mean, it's a small plot of land. I think we should be able to fit a small greenhouse on there because that greenhouse is going to be a really nice source of revenue for us, especially with lettuce. Lettuce is an absolute money maker here in Farming Simulator 25. Hopefully, they do not patch that. It's much more profitable than any of the other items you can put in the greenhouse. So hopefully they don't patch it because I like it. And who doesn't like lettuce? All right, here we go, coming off of the ferry, going up to our property. The other thing we can talk about putting up there are some sheep. If we can get a little sheep pen started, the only thing that they're going to need is grass and some water. And we can definitely do those two things and provide them to the animals. And then we can start getting some wool. And, you know, I mean, that kind of put us on the road to getting a spinnery, the Tailor Shop goal that we have in mind. I mean, it certainly isn't going to be the end-all, be-all, but nothing wrong with getting a little small sheep pen started. I'm really not sure what the cost of that would be, so let's go ahead, let's park our tractor right here, and we can explore some of these options. All right, first things first, let's go ahead and collect our money from that contract. There it is. Oh, wow, we have a bunch of new contracts that have come available. Some cultivating. Look at this one, $6,872. Boy, we need a cultivator. We could really use that money. There's another dead one for $1,200. Jeez, look at this. Here's a fertilizing one. And it's right next door, $998. I mean, look, we've got our fertilizer tank on the back of the tractor. We should just go knock that one out right now. Bam, there we go. Let's go ahead and knock that out right now. And then we can come back and talk about the greenhouses and stuff like that. I mean, honestly, we just need to run right across this little bridge. And let's come on down here. It's this field right here. And we could do this in one pass. All right, here we go. Let's back that camera out. Here we go. Jeez, look at this. We're just going to do it in one pass. $998. And this is great. I like these contracts that are close to our farm. We don't have to go very far. But boy, there are a lot of things to think about here early on in this Rags to Riches style series. And let me know in the comments down below, are you guys doing your own Rags to Riches series? And how's it going? All right, there it is. Contract is done. Ooh. Let's go ahead and zoom back in. We'll drive over to our little plot of land, see where we can put a greenhouse, and see how much it's going to cost us. We're probably going to have to buy a little water tanker, which I don't think will be that expensive. Hopefully we can afford all this stuff. And then we got some contracts to look at. I mean, we're going to have to recoup our bank account after we're spending all this money. All right, here is our plot of land. We also own this hill up here. Don't know that we necessarily want to put a greenhouse on this hill just because of the way the pallets spawn, and you want to be able to get some sort of forklift front loader thing in there to pick up the pallets. So probably the best place to put it is going to be somewhere here on this flat land, or maybe even down here. We can take up this corner of the field. We don't really need all of the field. I mean, it's just a little bit of grass. All right, here is a small greenhouse. It is $9,000. Now the spawning point is on the same side as the water tank. So I'm kind of wondering we can put it close to this little path. There it is, 9,151. We could put one right here. Bam, there we go. And oh geez, it's a little uneven. Perhaps that was not the best idea. We're going to have a little ledge to deal with over here. That kind of sucks, but maybe we can soften that up a little bit and it won't be horrible. But there it is. We have a greenhouse. We didn't take up that much of our grass, and it looks like we should be able to get to the pallets relatively easily. Just depends on how this lip is right here. All right, well, we got our greenhouse down. We got $6,568. The cheapest sheep pen is $14,000. So we definitely can't put a sheep pen down right now. And this $14,000, that does buy us a pretty substantial field here. I mean, we could actually have some sheep up this way, but we don't have the money for it right now. This one you do have to provide water and grass, which won't be a problem. I mean, here's one for $48,000, one here for $51,000, and I think for this one you just have to provide grass. You don't have to provide water. And here is an absolutely huge one. This again, I don't think you have to provide water. It's just grass. This one is really big though. I'll tell you what, the other thing we could do here is put some chickens down. Now, it's not going to give us very many eggs at first. We will need to provide it with some grain and some water, I think, or maybe just grain here. I don't know if you have to have water with these. So I don't think it's worth it for chickens. It's going to have 20 chickens. I don't think it's worth it right now because we do have another purchase to make. We have to buy a water tanker, and it looks like the only one we can afford here is this Abbey Attachments 550. Just a small little water tanker thing to help us fill our greenhouse up. Holds about 2,080 liters of water. I think that small greenhouse is about 10,000 liters of water, so we'd have to run to a water source about 5 different times to fill up our greenhouse. Now this one holds 6,000, but I mean, still we'd have to run a couple trips to the greenhouse, and don't think it's worth the extra $12,000. So let's go ahead and buy this little guy. $5,850. There it is. All right, one of the other things that we can buy here is a water tank. And this one is a free water tank. It's a water station that supplies us with water. And I tell you what, it's only $500. We have $718. And with this thing, I mean, we could put it up here by the river, and basically we'd be tying this into the river so that we wouldn't have to, you know, drive very far to get our water. So let's go ahead and put this water tank right here. $515. Bam, there we go. All right, let's start up this tractor. I don't know what this ledge is like, trying to get these pallets. Let's see. Yeah, there's a pretty big ledge right here. So it is going to cause an issue when we are getting the pallets off with this tractor. I mean, we're going to have to, yeah, that's really going to suck. We're going to have to get our pallets from this side over here. Yeah, we're going to have to come in like this and pick up our pallets. And even then, it might be a little bit of an issue, but that's okay. Look, we got to deal with it, and we will certainly deal with it here. Because we're going to have to, you know, consequences of our decisions, and our decision was to build a greenhouse on some land that wasn't completely flat, and we don't own the land around it enough to flatten it out and help us out, so we'll deal with it. For right now, we're going to go to the shop. We're going to grab our water tanker. We're going to plop the water tanker on. We're going to fill up this greenhouse. We're going to start producing some lettuce, and then let's check out where we are with contracts, because as of right now, we've only got $200. And $200 does not get you very far, especially when we're going to need some gas. All right, starting up the ferry. Let's go to the shop and grab our water tank so we can fill up our greenhouse. All right, well, the greenhouse is now filled with water. Let's go ahead and come around back here. We will drop off this tanker. Now let's go ahead into the greenhouse. Now let's plant some lettuce. All right, lettuce is now storing. We are full of water. And hopefully in a month's time we'll have some pallets of lettuce that we can sell. Go ahead and close this back up and let it do its thing. All right, taking a look at some of the contracts. Cultivating, $6,872. We're gonna have to save up to buy a cultivator. We got a Deadwood contract for $1,200. We've got fertilizing contracts, harvesting. There's a plowing, rock removal, spraying. There's no mowing contracts. So for right now, we just got a Deadwood and a fertilizing contract that we can do. Let's go ahead and accept those. Actually, let's come get our money from the last job we did. All right, and that's all the contracts that we can accept. So we have to head to the shop and pick up our fertilizer, sprayer. We're probably gonna have to buy some more fertilizer, but honestly, I don't think we can afford it. We've only got $1,202. I tell you what we're going to do. Let's open up this little mini map here. We're going to drive down to field number 63. We're going to do our Deadwood contract so that we can get some more money, and then we will go pick up our fertilizer sprayer and come back up and do field number 49. Hopefully by that time there'll be some more contracts available and we can really start grinding it out. We got to build this bank account back up. I mean, right now we are broke. All right, let's see where we got to go. I'm pretty sure we can turn this way, and we can probably cut down through here, and we can try and make our way towards field number 63. And it's pretty nice to have this map up while you're doing this. Helpful so you don't get lost, because God knows I have no sense of direction. Tend to get lost pretty easily. All right, here it is. Looks like we're going into the woods. Here, gosh, let's drive down this way. Oh boy. Okay, well, somewhere in here are these dead trees. Let's go and turn off the tractor so we don't burn up a whole bunch of gas. And let's make our way in here. And looks like there are some dead trees. And let's cut them down. All right, tree number 1. All right, there it is. And boom. All right, 12% of the job completed. And let's get the rest of these. All right, there we go, tree number 2. And I'm assuming these 3 trees back here are all marked. Let's go ahead and get these 3 done. There we go, that one's done. And that one's done. And that one is done. All right, we got a few more left to do. Let's find them. I think there's some over here. Yeah, these guys over here. Here we go. Just a couple more to go. And here's one down here. Looks like we got one more to go. Oh, I see it right up here. And there we go. Let's cut this bad boy down. This job is going to be completed. There it is. All the trees. Oh boy. Wow. Look, geez, we almost crushed ourselves. And that would just be awful. I mean, the series would have to end at that point because we'd be dead. Crushed by our own tree cutting. Boy, I tell you what, that's a horrible thing to put on a tombstone. All right, back to the shop. Let's pick up our fertilizer spreader. We'll go do that fertilizer contract here. Pretty cool, these Deadwood contracts. Let's see. How do we get back to the shop? Let's just keep following this up, and then we will make a left, go across the water, and then we'll be at the shop and probably fill up with gas at the same time. Yeah, I don't know about having the gas on a high level. I mean, it really is kind of, it's one extreme to the other. It's ripping through the gas now. But we're going to keep it on high. We'll see if it causes us any real issues. Well, speaking of issues, let's go ahead and collect our money for the Deadwood contract. Another $1,200 in the bank. Now we've got $2,402. We're starting to grow back our bank account a little bit. We definitely want to buy a cultivator, and we also have to think about what we're going to do with our grass field. We have a mower, but we are going to need, you know, perhaps a windrower, a small windrower, or maybe a baler to bale it up. you know, a wrapper to turn it into silage. I mean, all that stuff is really expensive. And it's tough to pay that much money for all that equipment just for one little plot of grass, which is probably only going to get us a couple of bales of grass. All right, filling up on the gas. Here we go, 28 bucks, not bad. Fuel prices are pretty good here in Riverbend Springs. More than I can say for real life itself. All right, let's hook this thing up. All right, now we've got 857 liters of fertilizer. I mean, it's probably enough to do this small job. Field number 49 is not a big field. Tell you what, I don't want to risk it though. We're going to buy another big bag of fertilizer, 1,920 bucks. I mean, we got to have the fertilizer in the tank here, just in case another job becomes available. So let's go ahead and fill this up with one more bag. It'll give us about 1,957 liters of fertilizer in our spreader. And let's go head up to field, I think it was number 49. We're going to use the ferry, cross the river, and head on up to that field so we can make a couple more bucks. All right, there it is. Contract is done. That was a nice quick one. And I tell you what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and collect our money and have a look at the contracts that are out here. Right now we got a Deadwood. Same field we just did, number 63. I mean, look, that was not hard at all. We also have another fertilizing contract here. So let's go ahead and accept the Deadwood and accept this fertilizing contract. We've got enough fertilizer in the tank to complete that, so let's go ahead down. We will do the Deadwood contract here, field number 63. Cut down those trees, and then we will pop across the river, do our fertilizing contract, and we are going to be a couple bucks richer. All right, once again we can take the same route we did before, cut down through these fields, end up at that little wooded lot, number 63. Don't know how many trees it's going to be. The last time I think it was around 8, but this contract is only worth 900 bucks. So I'm guessing the dollar amount of the contract is sort of equivalent to how many trees you have to cut down. So I'm assuming this one will probably be six trees or so that we'll have to cut down, but we will see. Cross over this cool little bridge, and we're actually going to turn the tractor right in here, and here we go. Turn the tractor off, we'll pop out. Let's come over to these dead trees. I mean, there's 3 of them right here. Well, I tell you what, these Deadwood contracts are so easy. Here we go, tree number 2. There you go, see you later. Bye-bye. Nice knowing you, tree. And here is tree number 3. There we go. Let that one fall. And let's find the others. Well, here's 2 more right here. Let's go ahead and cut these bad boys down. All right. There we go. Those 2 are cut down. And I think there's one more over here. And this might do it. Here we go. Cutting down. I think this is the last one. There it is. Contract is completed. And let's get the hell out of here. Alright, we gotta drive out. Oh boy, we do not. Whoa. Don't drive into the river. Jeez, look out. We gotta get out of this little field thing, get back to the road. Here we go, back to the road. Oh boy, crashing into a fence, and we are causing some property damage here in Riverbend Springs. Let's get out of here before somebody calls the police on us. Alright, we'll go up to the road, we'll turn left, kind of go through the little town again, work our way over the map to field number 3. We'll fertilize that field, and we'll check on our bank account. Oh, I'll tell you, one of the most annoying things that I'm running across here is that when you have to use the ferry, you have to wait for this tugboat to go by. And it just seems like a lot of times this is happening, whether it be the ferry down at the bottom part of the map or the ferry at the top part of the map. This little tugboat thing seems to always be in the way. And it takes a couple minutes for this thing to get out of the way so you can call the ferry across. And it's pretty annoying. Alright, there we go. We called the ferry. Ferry's on its way, and we will check back in when we have reached our destination. Alright, here we are coming up to our field number 5. Now this is the starting farm area when you start as a new farmer on this map. And field number 3. And looks like this field is cotton. Alright, we're going to try the steering assist thing. Looks like there's only one little square that we have to drive through, and it's right here. So let's go ahead and come up to this line here. Let's turn on our fertilizer. And here we go. We're using the steering assist. I'll tell you what, it's pretty easy. And once this line is done, then we just have to turn and find the next line. And looks like we missed it. Ah, there it is. It's hard to see because the field is white and the line is white. And here we go. I mean, it makes it so there's no second guessing. I mean, you're going to cover the entire field if you follow these lines for the fertilizing contracts. Alright, there it is. The contract is done. Let's go ahead and collect our money from those 2 contracts. Alright, we're up to $4,378. Taking a look at the contracts that are out there and available now. We've got 2 more fertilizing contracts, a lot of harvesting. Oh, and there's a mowing contract. Let's go ahead and grab these. We'll grab the 2 fertilizing contracts. Although, do we have enough money to buy? We got to buy more fertilizer. All right, well, we got to head up towards the top of the map. So let's go ahead and head that way. We'll cut through this little farm. And we're going to do our fertilizing contracts. Hopefully we don't run out of fertilizer, and then we'll go grab our mower and we will complete our mowing contract. And that's going to put us in a pretty good situation financially, and we can think about what the next step is for our farm that we're going to start, or our plot of land or grass or whatever you want to call it. I mean, it's not really a farm right now. We just own a little plot of grass. Alright, here is our first field right here over to the right. This one is a fertilizing contract. Alright, looks like we have an outline to do, and then maybe a couple lines in the middle. Alright, here are our lines. Let's go ahead and turn the fertilizer spreader on, and let's start fertilizing this field. right, there it is. That was really, really easy thanks to the steering assist and this GPS thing. And man, thank you guys for the comments that turned me on to that, because without that, probably would have wasted a lot of fertilizer. So here's the next job we got to do for the fertilizer. And let's go ahead and back this camera out. We got the same thing going on with the steering assist. So here we go. Alright, well, we ran all up and down the lines, but we are still a little bit short here. 99%, so we've missed a little bit of this field. I hate when this happens. Now we got to look at the growth here and the fertilizer area. Oh, it looks like we just missed the corners, and we missed this little area right here. Alright, well, let's go ahead and turn on the spreader, see if we can't get the little area right by us. And there it is. Job is done. Let's get off the land. We're going to go grab our mower, and we have got a mowing job to do. I tell you what, people walking right out in the middle of the road. And you know, Farming Simulator 25 does give you an option to turn off the traffic, but they don't give you an option to turn off the pedestrian traffic. And I tell you, that would be a pretty good option to have here, because these people run around like crazy. All right, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We are going to cut across this field of grass, and we are going to go over here, hop over the railroad tracks. I mean, nobody really cares if we're running through this field here. It's just grass. Let's go ahead and hop over these railroad tracks. We will pop back onto the road here. And there it is. Now we are on our way to pick up our mower back to field, I believe it's number 12. And let's do a mowing job. And then we're going to see where we are financially. Might be close to the end of this episode. All right, there we go. Fertilizer spreader down. And let's go ahead and plop this mower on. There it is. Mower is on. And we are going right back across those train tracks. And let's mow some grass. Alright, well, you've heard of Field of Dreams. How about Field of Weeds? I mean, it's not a very exciting movie. Oh boy, we're killing this tractor here. Jumping up over these train tracks, but that's fine. A little excitement in the day. Oh look, straight ahead, field number 12, and we are ready to get to mowing. right, there it is. The mowing contract is done. I gotta tell you, I hate that they don't let you finish. I mean, who wants to have a field where they ask you to cut the grass and half the grass isn't mowed? All right, here we go, completing all these contracts, picking up our money. $15,457 in the bank. We need to go into town and grab some gasoline. So let's go ahead and cut back over to this farm. Let's go ahead and cut back across this field of grass. Go across the train tracks. We'll head back. We'll fill up our tractor with some gas. We'll take a look at what other contracts are available. And I think at this point we're probably going to have to make a decision on buying a cultivator so that we can do some more contracts. I mean, the other option is putting another greenhouse on our little plot of land. I mean, I have a feeling that these greenhouses with the lettuce, they're going to get us through the tough winter months where there aren't that many contracts going on. All right, there we are, filling it up with gas. $61, not too shabby. Well, taking a look at what's out here, there is a fertilizing contract for $7,800, but that's going to require us to buy some fertilizer, which will be about $6,000. So all in all, we're not going to be making a ton of money on that one. $1,500 Deadwood contract. I mean, that's pretty simple. We got a bunch of harvesting contracts, plowing, rock removal, sowing, spraying, stone picking, wood transport. So it looks like the only ones we could do fertilizing and the Deadwood. But we could buy a cultivator and look at these jobs here. $2,800, $6,800, $6,000. Man, it would pay for the cultivator. So that's what we're going to do. We're buying ourselves a cultivator. Let's check the used market. And look, no change here. No change in the used market. I mean, it's still the same as it was. I believe this was like episode number 1. It was like this, I think. I don't know. Seems like it should have changed by now, but what do I know? All right, cultivators. It looks like really, honestly, the only one that we could buy with our tractor is this John Deere for $9,500, and we're buying it. Boom, purchased. And oh boy, look, we're in a deadlock stare down with a school bus. All right, sorry. We're just sitting out here in the middle of traffic, blocking things up while we decide on what to buy next. And that's not doing anybody good here in Riverbend Springs. Somebody's going to call the police and file a complaint that we're sitting in the middle of traffic. All right, let's go ahead and put this mower down. We're going to pick up our new cultivator, and we are going to go ahead and accept these 3 cultivating contracts. There we go. Cultivator is attached. 1 o'clock in the afternoon here. And we are going to accept all of these contracts. It's going to net us about $15,000. And after these contracts, we're going to have about $30,000 in the bank. And boy, then we're going to have a lot of options, a lot of stuff to think about. So here we go. Accepting all these contracts. And there it is. 3 contracts accepted. And for those of you who didn't know, you can only have 3 active contracts at one time here in Farming Simulator 25. Yeah, field number 8, field number 19, and field number 16. If we take a look on the map, all of these fields right up this way towards the top corner of the map. And we are right here and coming over to field number 8 first. We'll work our way up, and we are going to complete these contracts in the next episode. So I want to thank you guys for all the support on this series. Got a lot of new subscribers coming to the channel, so don't forget, if you're not subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. What the hell are you waiting for? And hit the bell notification so you're notified of all the content coming out. Hit that like button. Even if you don't like the video, you gotta hit it. It's part of the YouTube rules. And leave your comments down below. Let me know what's going on in your series. Let me know what's going on in this series, because I don't have a clue sometimes. And here we are. Here is our first cultivating contract. And this is going to be how we start the next episode. And thank you guys so much for watching the video. Thanks for all the support on the series and on the channel. And most importantly, thank you guys for letting me be a part of your day. It means a lot. And we are going to see you right back here doing our cultivating contracts in the next video.